It is a Back to Work Monday, and it is a lovely one where we're reaching you from Congo, Brazzaville, in the heart of Africa, right here. And good morning, Anan. Welcome back.
Comment allez-vous ce matin?
Yes, je vais bien. Et vous?
Bien. Ça va très bien. En forme.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so let us begin with our leading story. South Sudanese President Salva Kiir and his arch-rival Riek Machar have agreed to meet in Sudan's capital, Khartoum, this Monday for their second round of talks. The both leaders had their first face-to-face meetings after nearly 2 years in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, last week, Wednesday and Thursday. But the South Sudanese government says it proposed that the venue for peace talks be changed, citing the political situation in neighboring Ethiopia, which has been hosting the talks since the conflict broke out in late 2013.
It should be noted that the United Nations has threatened both parties to the conflict with sanctions if they are unable to agree on a way out of the crisis before the deadline set for the end of June. South Sudan plunged into a civil war in December 2013 after President Salva Kiir fell out with then Vice President Riek Machar just 2 years after it gained independence from Sudan. We try to find out the possible ways out of the South Sudan crisis with Dr. Luca Kuhl, a professor of security studies at the United States National Defense University in Washington,
Luca Kuhl, professeur de pratique des études de sécurité à l'Université de la Défense nationale de Washington, pardon. Bonjour, Monsieur Kuhl.
Hello, Dr. Kuhl. A new round of talks between South Sudan's President Salva Kiir and rebel leader Riek Machar will take place this week in the Sudanese capital. What do you think is the reason for the sudden change of location from Ethiopia to Sudan?
De lieu dans lequel va se tenir donc cette réunion.
It is because the IGAD, they have put to themselves a commitment to finish the revitalization process within a very specific period of time. And I think the fact that the Ethiopian, they have tried the level best to narrow the gaps between the parties, yet I think it was not successful. And earlier, there were many attempts by the Sudan government and by the Kenyan government, as well as Uganda also through the unification of the SPLM. But all these things, they managed to bring all these initiatives to the IGAD, because that is the venue, or this is the institution entrusted by the African Union to look at some of these the conflict in South Sudan. I think the reason why they shifted the talks now to Khartoum, it was based on the initial suggestion of Bashir to hold this talk in Khartoum. I think this might have happened with the agreement, and you might have seen in the communique. So the reason they have agreed having this rotational venue of the meeting to be in Khartoum and then later on in Kenya and Nairobi. So I think it was necessary because to give chance for some of these leaders to exert the pressure, because Sudan is very important. The stability of South Sudan is really important for Sudan.
And Dr. Kuhl, how would you describe, are there likely going to be concrete positive results from this next meeting?
There are about 5 options available for the South Sudanese elites and parties. There are still some few outstanding issues in the security and in the power sharing. And some of these issues are quite important. For example, the percentage is something that they cannot be able to agree, but it is good now the Sudan government, Juba has accepted initially. The problem with Juba now is whether Riek Machar to be part of the government or not. 32 states or 10 states. Because there is this establishing the commission, it seems as if people are saying, the opposition and other political parties, they are saying there's no need for this commission, people to go back to the 10 states. And then the security arrangement, the component, and I think initially the trade leaders, they have managed to mediate. They seem to have agreed now, and the proposal seems to be very clear that all the forces will be put in cantonment, except the strategic forces at the border. So, but the sticking point is whether Riek Machar to participate or not. So there's one option. The first option, first to accept the participation of Riek Machar in the government.
And how would you describe the role played by the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, in this whole peace deal agreement in South Sudan?
I think they have tried their level best. The fact that the region, especially the African Union, the fact that the region is so close to the conflict, and the conflict in that region, the subsidiarity principle, and I think to a certain degree they have managed to navigate a difficult one, but they have been having a lot of interest, economic security, and then political interest in South Sudan. So that one complicated the mediation. But on average, I could say it is within the interest of the region to see South Sudan stable. Yes, there are some leaders around in the region trying to benefit from the crisis in South Sudan. But generally, it is within the interest of the region that a stable South Sudan is better for the region. And the way they have done it, I think the mediation with the leadership of Ethiopia, I think to a certain degree they have managed they have succeeded. It could have been done differently if I were to be, I think there was an initiative of involving the church leaders to mediate. And that one made the South Sudanese have a discussion among themselves. It was very successful. I think they did not capitalize very much on the involvement of the such initiative, the local initiative. That would have helped a lot. The situation is very complex, so it's very hard for me. They have done what they could do. What they have failed miserably is that they have not been very effective in sending the right messages, a unified message.
Thank you very much, Dr. Luca Kohl, for your insight regarding this crisis and as we await the quite anticipated meeting between Salva Kiir and Riek Machar. Dr. Luca Kohl, a professor of security studies at the United States National Defense University in Washington, D.C.